all the possibilities with a mixed reality headset. Just there's a lot of things you can do with that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
And
I would love to be
the
able
first
to.
thing will probably be porn.
Well, yeah, and VR porn. I have a friend that says that it's really cool, and I'm not gonna give you the friend's name because I don't know.
It's not me because
Yeah,
I can't afford a
it's not
VR
JD.
headset.
It might be the inner.
Only because I can't afford a VR headset and I get nauseous.
Get one of them Google Cardboards that you put your phone into. That's budget headset.
3, 2, 1. This is OGGR. It's all over now.
Welcome, gamers and geeks. This is OGGR.
Old Guys Geekly Review.
Nick, buddy, we've made it to episode 7.
We have.
Lucky number 7. You guys are so privileged to be here for episode 7.
You are. You really are, because the significance of 7 is that it's lucky. And there's 7 Dragon Balls.
Well, yeah, 7 Dragon Balls.
And there's probably 7 days a week.
Maybe. Most of the time. Most of the time, there's 7 days of the week. I give you that.
And then, 6 is afraid of 7 because 7, 8, 9. Yeah.
Because 7, it's something to be feared and respected. Yeah, so here we are with another great week. No real big events like we've had with Gen Con and different conventions. It sounds like the summer's wrapping up.
Well, I beg to differ.
Oh, okay.
There was
an
an
event?
Yeah, there was a stream, and I don't remember what stream it was that I watched. What did they announce even? I know it's in my notes somewhere, but I think it was THQ Nordic had a live stream where they were announcing games and stuff that they were working on.
Okay.
But yeah, I shared it to OGGR. So if you're interested in that stream, go ahead and check out the Facebook page. That's on Facebook.
Well,
Why would
it would be. But that goes to show you just how much Nick, my good buddy, does for you guys.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that we don't feel is significant enough to go into the podcast, we throw up on our Facebook page.
I need to be better about that. But I do usually put it in the notes, the description for the podcast.
Yeah. So what's new? What you want to jump it right into it?
Yeah, let's roll with it, I guess. I don't have any big news this week.
I don't, except for
well, hit me with it.
Oh, the big news. It's more of a gripe than news.
Sure.
It's just
okay. Right, let's get it out of the way.
All right, the constant running around getting the kids ready to go back to school.
Yeah, I bet you're really feeling the end for summer coming up, so you'll have a break for, right when the I mean, I don't know. Other than being a middle school teacher, I can only imagine, because I've seen a lot of parents deal with this. The fact that kids get so much stuff, activities and things that they're a part of right during those teenage years.
Yeah.
But they still can't drive.
Mm-hmm.
So some parent is got to do all that stuff. Of course, me, I grew up and I walked the mile uphill back and forth to school and all that stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, my parents worked later shifts, so I was I was one of those 80s kids where I had the keys to the house. I was on my own. I came home when the sun set.
Oh yeah,
that kind of thing. So
yeah, I got away with that over at my dad's house, but not so much at my mom's house. They were strict. They were my wardens.
Yeah, but good times. It made us who we are today.
Yeah. If any school people are listening that are in charge of stuff, make it so parents can pick up both their kids' schedule at the same time instead of having to go back the next day to pick up another one.
Yeah, I've been on the other side of that where schools have organized that.
Yeah.
And I know why they do it, because they're in, and this is part of the problem of the school system in general, is the fact that they get so locked behind 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, where the grade level is so important, they miss a lot of other stuff, including like whether kids should even be in that grade level, because it seems like their age is the most important determining factor of all of that. But that's another. I could do a whole podcast on that. So let's just not even do that. Let's get into movies.
Yeah, let's hop into movies.
Movies.
All right, what have you watched?
I have not watched any movies. It's all been TV and anime. So
All
I've not
right.
watched any movies this week.
Well, I watched Day Shift
Okay.
3 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 of those times I was under the influence.
Of Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, of Jamie. Maybe Snoop Dogg. You never know.
Yeah, actually. Sarah loves Snoop Dogg. And speaking of Snoop Dogg, do you know he's got a brand new cereal?
Oh my God,
Snoop Loops.
Snoop Oops. I did not know that. We're gonna have to post that to Facebook.
There's a lot of bullshit I say on this channel, so you can't believe half of what I say, but I think that one's true.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out. But yeah, okay, so Day Shift, it was like it reminded me of an early 2000s movie. Pretty decent, lots of action. I'm not sure if I like it enough to put it in my rewatch rotation, but everybody did a pretty good job, and they set it up where a sequel could come of it if they wanted to. So if you are into vampires, check it out. They did poke fun of other vampire movies, and it kind of just reminded me of those are Snoop Loops. Yeah, we're gonna have to share that to the Facebook.
We're gonna have
page.
to get a box.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to get a box of Snoop Loops.
Oh, you derailed me.
Snoop Dogg could do that too.
Yeah. What was I? Oh yeah, they make fun of other vampire movies and stuff, but I've already seen that before in John Carpenter's Vampires, so I mean, maybe it's an updated. I don't know, but yeah, it's worth a watch, but not sure if it's worth throwing in the rotation. All right, what are you looking forward to?
Well, there's a new movie coming out, but let's talk about this past weekend.
Okay.
Now, this past weekend, Bullet Train was #1 again.
Okay.
But
Mr. Bradley Pitt.
It was the only movie to cross 10 million domestically.
Okay.
#2 was Top Gun.
Again.
Because all of the 3 new movies this week did very, very low results, and so the movie theater is going to have a dry spell, it looks like, for the next couple of months at least.
Yeah. Well, are you ready to hit the highway to the danger zone?
Absolutely.
Because it's coming. It's the digital release of Maverick is supposedly coming on August 23rd.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely catch that.
Oh yeah. I got to catch it too.
It's still popular in the theaters, so I mean, and speaking of stuff coming back to the theaters, it looks like Disney and Marvel are bringing back 3 into the theaters pretty soon. Avatar, the original, before the new movie.
Okay.
Is going to be in the theaters.
Wow.
Now I can't remember the other 2 because I didn't write them down.
He's starting to sweat.
I'm still Rogue One.
Okay.
Yeah, Rogue One, because Andor is coming out.
Yeah.
So they're going to do that one.
That's 2 for 3.
And yeah, I'll come up with it by the end of the show. Yeah, I can't do it.
I'm sorry.
Can't do it. You got me. All right. But next week, Airman Idris Elba is going to be in Beast.
Oh yeah.
And so that'll probably be the big movie for next week.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, you think there'd be something else?
Dragon Ball Super. It's finally getting its American release on the 18th.
I agree with you. It might be the better movie.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it'll bring in.
I don't know, dude. That Beast movie looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
It does. And Idris Elba is just not gonna say a godsend, but like a tier right below it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
He's a blessing to modern cinema.
Yeah, I really like him he's very versatile too. I love the way he did Knuckles, and I loved him as Heimdall.
Oh yeah. Knuckles, for you all that don't know, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, and if you don't know, then
why are you listening to this channel?
Exactly.
You need to take notes.
I mean, that's basic stuff.
Not like Shin-chan.
Yeah, not like Shin-chan. All right, so what are we? What news do you have on future releases?
I just did the 1 week out, The Beast.
Okay.
Because there's not any big things coming up soon, I'm just leaving it for that. I'll definitely, for those of you out there listening, I'm always going to give you what's next in the theaters, but we're not going to go too far out.
All right, and I just got a bunch of news that revolves around movies. So the Flash movie with Ezra Miller is on the chopping block, it looks like.
So I suppose that's an early rumor.
It might be.
I don't think it's been confirmed yet.
And I know
I'm going to give it a likelihood. We usually have the rumor game at the end, but I'm going to give it a likelihood of 7.
Okay.
I think they'll cut it.
Yeah.
But recently he's apparently
Been
been
very
apologizing. So I don't know. Maybe I should take that back to less than 5 because of that they're probably going to still release it.
Yeah, well, it'd be a shame if they don't, because Michael Keaton was supposed to be in there in his rubber bat suit
Gotta
with
love
hopefully
that.
no nipples.
Why would you want no nipples?
That was so weird. That was
Nipple free
such a
censorship.
weird.
Censorship. I call it.
Unfree the nipple on the bat suits. Let's see here. Anne Heche.
Yeah.
She was drunk driving apparently and had cocaine in her system. Crashed into a house going about 100 is what I read.
Yeah, it's always sad to hear when celebrities have trouble dealing with life and end up on that road.
Yeah, and apparently she was coming from doing a podcast herself. So, sad. At the time that I wrote the notes down, I honestly I don't know if she's. I don't think she was gonna make it at all, but I don't know if she's still alive on the machine. I
don't think so.
Okay, I do know
she was declared brain dead
Mm-hmm.
like one day, and then the next day she was dead.
Yeah, and I know they found a match for her organs and stuff. So
yeah, I think that's the only reason they were keeping her alive is to harvest.
Yeah, which is kind of sad, dude. Those head injuries, sometimes the swelling can be worse than the actual trauma to the head.
Yeah, well, any kind of brain trauma, which my mother suffered from at the end.
Yeah.
And that's always hard to watch somebody go through.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And let's see, what else do I got? Kung Fu Panda 4 has been announced.
Watcha.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, it's Jack Black. That's got to make you happy. So I hit you with some vegetables, and then I gave you a little cherry on top of them.
Yeah, Jack Black's, he's so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Tenacious D is probably my favorite thing that he does.
Yeah, I gotta say, dude, when I first found out about Tenacious D about 20 years ago, I was obsessed with them for the longest time. All right, that is all I got. You want to move into the television?
TV.
Television.
This week I've been watching Sandman. Finished it up.
All right, how'd you feel about it?
The first 6 episodes, amazing.
Mm.
The last 4 episodes, good.
Yeah.
But I think it suffers just a little bit. I would give the whole thing a really go watch it, check it out. I've read the books. I've listened to the audiobooks as well. So I've read the comics. And it was one of the things that at first I thought was held very true to the storylines, and the little things they changed weren't that detrimental to retelling the story.
Okay.
Were good choices.
Mm-hmm.
The further it went along, it seemed like the more stuff they had to modify. And that's kind of why I didn't like the last 4 as much as the first 6.
Okay.
But overall, I thought it was good. I think most people would like it. It's different. It's a different kind of TV show. So if you have any interest in Sandman, check it out. Definitely has some horror associated with it. There are definitely a few episodes where you want to put the kids to bed early.
Yeah. All right.
Episode 5 in particular.
Okay.
The one at the diner. Have you got to that one?
I have not.
Yeah.
I know I promised that I was going to be done with it, but I figured you'd give your review this week, and I watched a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, episode 5 is definitely the one where you'll be like, yeah, this may scar my children. It might scar me.
Yeah.
I mean, I've read the story, so I knew what happened, so.
Okay. Yeah. And did you watch anything else?
I watched the I Am Groot shorts.
Oh, how's that?
They were cute. They were
Yeah.
fun. You know, it's like 15 minutes to watch them all, so no big deal there. Just went along really fast. And yeah, what'd you watch?
Okay, so what I watched is the Woodstock 99 documentary. And the reason I watched it, it's not really geeky, but I love my music, and that was about the time, like, if I would have went there, I would have been older than some of the people that went there. I would have been 16-ish at the time, maybe 17. And, you know, it just, God, man, what a bunch of scumbags that put that show on. They cut corners, like, left and right, and it just turned into hell on earth, basically. I don't know if you know the story about it.
I don't, but then again, when I think of Woodstock, that's not the one I think of.
Yeah,
So,
no, not me either. It was complete opposite of the original Woodstock, and that's why there's probably never going to be another Woodstock again. So yeah, if you want to see how bad kids can be that aren't supervised when you don't have enough security officers, or if you just hire young kids to be security officers that use the badges and shirts to go wherever the hell they want, go ahead and give it a watch. It's pretty crazy. And let's see, I Just Killed My Dad, which is a true crime documentary,
Oh, okay,
and most of the
Sarah likes those.
yeah, most of the podcasts that I listen to and stuff have been true crimey, with a little side of geek stuff on the side. God, I'm redundant today.
That's
I'm
okay.
very redundant.
That's okay.
So basically, it's a really good watch. It throws you through a couple loops. I mean, it's not as good as Making a Murderer, but yeah, it's pretty good. There's a lot of twists and turns in that story. And then Better Call Saul wrapped up.
Okay, yeah.
And supposedly it was really good. There was no retconning. There was nothing that they needed to change.
Wow.
They even did They even did a good job of going a little bit further than Breaking Bad.
Okay.
To show you where all these characters are.
Oh, okay. A nice tie-up then.
Yeah, I didn't watch it yet. I have it ready to go.
But you hear good things.
Yeah, I've been hearing lots and lots of good stuff about it. In fact, people on Reddit who usually seem to be the most critical of this stuff were saying that, you know, they're giving what's the writer? God, I don't Vince Gilligan? I don't know. I don't remember. I should have did a better job on my notes, but they were given massive credit, massive props, clapping, emojis. Obviously, you can't clap on Reddit. You probably can. I don't know.
Just nobody will hear you. It's like the tree falling in the forest.
Yeah, so that's all the news for the stuff that has come out this week. So if you are a Breaking Bad fan, definitely go watch Better Call Saul if you have a place to do so, a streaming service, which I believe would be FX, which would probably be on Hulu.
Yeah, I think it's usually a day later.
Okay. And I know Netflix has Better Call Saul if you need to watch past seasons.
Yeah, so before we get into the shows that are coming up next week, there was a show that arrived yesterday. And you know what? I got to say, God bless this network, because they are the only ones that are brave enough to go out there and tell the true story of these scientists and inventors. I mean, it's too often that we don't talk about scientists and how sexually awesome they are.
Is it Drunk History?
No. It just. I gotta say, thank God for the CW.
Oh God,
because they put out.
Oh man.
They put out Leonardo.
Yeah.
You know, and it's pretty people Leonardo. I mean, I'm sure there's some sexy time and stuff. It's the CW. And so Da Vinci's getting it right.
Getting it on.
Getting it on at the CW. You know, I'm sure their next show is going to be about Galileo. Oh my, Galileo. But yeah.
Galileo's O-face.
Yeah, Galileo.
So it sounds like the Arrowverse is officially over with these new.
Well, almost all So if you don't know, the CW has been purchased by a solo entity now, where most of the major companies have given up the majority of their shares in it.
Yeah.
And so I forget who is running it. I've got it on here somewhere. But yeah, so the CW's under oh yeah, and this kills me. They're under new management. But this kills me in the fact that, all right, so we know what the CW is. It's about, you know, fun shows with pretty people. Yeah. And so the CW thought that their target audience was like 13 to 30.
Oh God, like 40-year-olds?
No, they found out recently that the average person watching the CW is 58.
Whoa. They're just clinging on to their youth. Like,
I like watching pretty people. I liked Arrow and all that. You know,
I did like Arrow.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah. But yeah, so you know, the CW.
Yeah.
I had some other good science names that I ran by Sarah to, if I go to the CW and test some marketing, this is
Yeah.
what I might throw. Um, Albert the Big Bang Einstein. That's what he was known as in college.
Oh my
We
god.
have to give these scientists credit,
Uh,
But we've got an actual live one, somebody who's a modern icon.
Bill Nye.
I actually no, that would be Bill 9 in 1 Night.
Oh god. Wow, you put some thought into this.
My favorite one might be Neil deGrasse is on the field. We can play Tyson.
Oh. That's terrible and good at the same time.
Yeah. So yeah. I told those to Sarah, and I swear she gave me that look like you come up with another one, and we're talking divorce.
Yeah, I know that look from Fallon very, very intimately.
So God bless the CW and all the things they do.
I'm trying to think.
I hope they don't change too much.
Yeah, who did the Cosmos? Who Sagan? Carl Sagan?
Yeah.
What would his be? We gotta come up with one.
Oh
right
my
off the
gosh!
top.
Don't make me think like that. Yeah.
And
No,
I don't
I
feel
can't
like
do it.
we
I
should
can't do
touch
it.
Stephen Hawking.
No,
for this.
he's sacred. He's
Yeah,
sacred.
yeah.
We don't do that to Stephen Hawking. But what TV shows are coming up next week?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got tomorrow, Thursday, She-Hulk, Attorney at Law.
Cannot wait.
I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Yeah, we're supposed to see the softer side of Deadpool. I think that's what they've been saying.
It's gonna be good. I like She-Hulk. So
That was a throwback to the Sears slogan.
the softer side of Sears. The Kmart slogan when they were going downhill and they were doing the whole "I shit my bed"
Yeah, dude.
commercial. Oh my
Drake is
gosh.
obsessed with that.
Oh,
commercial.
really?
Oh god, yeah, yeah. And now that he got a job, got a bank account, got his own debit card, and Amazon stuff. So he's just going around telling me that he's shipping everything. He's like, oh, I shipped some LEDs. I don't know.
But
Yeah,
when you're,
just the way he says it is funny. All right, you got
gotta enjoy
anything
that.
else coming out this week?
Oh yeah, we got a ton of stuff.
Well,
I'll just hit the big ones. Well, I'll gloss over the little ones. So He-Man Masters of the Universe Season 3. That's not like the Kevin Smith one. That's the 3D animated version.
Okay.
So, okay.
Dope.
Tekken Bloodlines.
Hell yeah. Heche Mishima.
BET Sci-Fi. The BET's got its first sci-fi show. Actually,
Really?
I don't know if it's its first, but it's Pulse. It's basically about a bunch of video game developers that there's some big tragedy and they have to escape the building, but every level of the building is a different video game kind of psychedelic battlefield.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know, it could be the thing.
So there's a movie that kind of reminds me of called Stay Alive, where they play a horror game and they have to it bleeds into real life and stuff like that, and it's terribly done, but it's one of those ones that I like.
Yeah.
It's a cult classic for me. I don't know if I can call it that since I'm one person, but
I'm saying good.
I'm starting
Good.
the cult.
Check out Pulse.
Yeah.
Marvel's Spidey, the little animated thing, has got a season 2 on Disney Plus. Season 2 of the Cuphead show on Netflix. Netflix has got some show called Echoes coming out on the 19th, which is identical twins that are swapping lives, and looks kind of interesting.
So it's like the princess swap or whatever thing that they got on there. They got so many of those shows where twins swap places.
There must be an untapped demographic for those.
Yeah. Fantasies.
Big 2 coming up though are House of Dragon.
Yep.
Yeah. HBO on the 21st. So get your Game of Thrones back on.
Now is it? No. Okay. So Lord of the Rings is the one. Okay. I got it.
Amazon is Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Game of Thrones HBO.
Okay.
And then 13th season of Archer.
Yeah, I
on
can't.
the
I can't
24th.
wait.
Yeah.
Again, I love Archer so much.
FX, but next day on Hulu.
Mhm.
So 25th for Hulu.
Yeah, I'll probably end up buying it on Apple TV or something.
Yeah, and those are the big ones. There's 2 last little ones. On the 24th, there's a live action Toy Story-ish thing called Lost Ollie, which looks like it would make me cry big alligator tears. I
Yeah.
mean, oh man, it looks like a heart ripper.
Uh-oh.
And then Little Demon, which is two unlikely pairings of voice actors, Aubrey Plaza and Danny DeVito,
Oh,
in a little animated thing called Little Demon.
well, I might have to watch that.
Yeah,
now.
I know. That sounds like a possibility there.
I'm a fan of both of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Me too.
I love her dry, sarcastic humor.
Oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
great. I hear her new live action show is just amazing.
Is it?
Criminal? Something criminal?
I think you're. Oh God, I can't think of it right now. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're on the right track.
And that's all the TV that I've got coming up.
All right. So what I've got on future releases is Love, Death, and Robots has been renewed for season 4. Thank God.
Yes.
And something up your alley if you're a horror fan, which I am totally a horror fan. Guillermo del Toro has a horror anthology series coming to Netflix, and there's going to be some pretty heavy hitters on all sides of the project. We're talking actors, directors. So every episode is going to be something different actors, different director, but I kind of like Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
I think he did a really good job on the Evil Dead remake. Because that's just scary as shit. There's no comedy in it.
Yeah.
It's just scary.
Yeah, so that'd be a good one.
Yeah, so that's all I got for TV.
Yep.
Let's hop us into anime.
Anime.
All right, so basically what I've been watching, we've been rewatching Naruto and Naruto Shippuden because I've never actually watched the end of it on the anime.
Okay.
So I was thinking that I had all the anime box sets bought because the wife and I, we like to collect physical stuff.
Yeah.
So, man, we don't have it all still.
Oh.
So now I know what I'm gonna do for her birthday and maybe Christmas.
Finish out the set.
Yeah. And
gotta finish out the sets.
Yeah, that's all I've been watching.
Yeah, I watched 3 anime this week. The first one was, these are all ones that have recently received their dub. So they came out of spring of this year, and they've got their English dub wrapped up. Dawn of the Witch, which, have you ever seen Grimoire of Zero?
I haven't.
Recommend Grimoire of Zero. Very good. Don't recommend Dawn of the Witch.
Was it too close?
They decided to basically do not a second season, but kind of a spiritual successor with different characters.
Oh.
That the original characters from the Grimoire of Zero eventually come into it. And it wasn't awful. It got a 6.4 out of my anime list, out of 30-something thousand votes. So not awful, but it just didn't have the same magic that the first one did.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Grimoire of Zero, watch it. If you really love it and want to just kind of see what happens to the characters, Dawn of the Witch is good. So do that. But I'm going to hit you with 2 others that are both rom-coms.
Okay.
And they're different rom-coms, but the first one is the second highest rated anime, period. Like, out of the other 20,000 anime, this is number 2.
Okay.
It is Kagura-sama, season 3.
I know I've heard of it. I've never watched it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Kagura, I've seen the other seasons. This is the type of rom-com that I don't care for.
Even though it's ranked number 2?
Even though it's ranked number 2. And, well, it's not my top shelf.
Okay.
It's got a 9.13 out of 31,000 votes on my anime list.
Wow.
Yeah, it's high. It's high up there. So the only thing higher than that is the top ranked anime right now is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Okay.
And that's my favorite shonen. If
Yeah.
I was to rank my shonen, Full Metal Alchemist would be my favorite.
Yeah, that was pretty damn good anime.
But it's a rom-com where they can't admit to each other that they like each other. So it's all about the interactions of them not being able to do that. And to me, that gets a little old.
Yeah.
But a lot of people like it. I mean, like I said, there are lots of people who love this anime.
So it's going on 3 seasons of them still not being able to tell each other that they like each other?
This is the final one. Yeah.
So it's going to happen. Or
yeah,
it's not
it had happened. It happens at the end. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's basically the 3 years of their high school life. and it wraps up. And I don't know if there's going to be any others past their high school, whatever. But
Yeah, I just don't know if I can deal with an anime that drags out that for so long.
they do a really good job of it. The
Yeah.
comedy is really good. Like I said, it doesn't quite make it to my top shelf where I'd want to rewatch it, but I can see where a lot of people like it.
But it's all dubbed? No?
Yes, it's all dubbed, all 3 seasons. And so if you want to check out a good rom-com that you might like, then Kagura-sama is definitely one of the big ones out there.
Okay.
One that I liked but not rated nearly as high is called Love After World Domination. So basically, head Power Ranger falls in love with head villain mistress, and they and right from the get-go, they, like are a couple, but they're trying to hide it from everybody else.
Oh man.
And the comedy's good, the characters are good. It's got a decent rating, but it's not obviously a lot of.
So the leader of the heroes is in love with the bad guy.
Yeah.
And they're having
It's Romeo and Juliet.
So they got to fight each other of some sort.
They pretend to fight each other, yeah.
And then in back alley meetups.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And then slowly different people on both sides find out.
Yeah.
But it's another comedy.
It sounds kind of funny.
It is. It is funny. And for me, it's got that little bit of extra fan service that I like in anime.
And that's important because I like it too.
So yeah. It's not like over the top fan service like Peter Grill or anything, but it's definitely got your fan service needs met there.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so that's the anime.
All right. We want to move on to video games.
Video games.
What are you playing?
Well, I've spent the last 85 hours.
Xenosaga.
Yeah. So I've talked about it the last couple of podcasts. I'm not going to talk about it much other than my final thoughts on it. And this one caused me some serious angst, man, because you know how I am with my rankings.
Yeah.
I'm very, very
meticulous.
Meticulous with my rankings. And this one caused me to question everything.
Really?
Because I loved 40 hours of it, and I didn't love the other 40 hours of it.
Yeah, you were texting me it sounded like you were trying to get some help from me, and I was like, man, you are way more in depth.
I was having a midlife video game crisis because of this thing. Oh my gosh, it was a lot of soul searching out of this thing. So the first 40, and it really questioned what makes a good video game.
Yeah.
And just getting into that whole, is it the good times only? Do you have to include the bad times? Because let's be honest, I mean, in most video games, we hardly ever see everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
There have only been 2 that I have completed, platinumed, this year. And neither one of those are hugely involved.
Right.
So basically I passed up another 40 hours of side content that I could have done just to wrap it up.
Okay.
And so, and the reason I ultimately passed it up is because I was looking at, you know what? I'm not enjoying the side content.
Yeah, it just seems like an awful lot of content to put into something that's not like you can't bring a friend in to share the burden with.
And I love single player games.
Yeah,
love single player. Games.
Listen, developers, every Frodo needs a Samwise. Okay, shared load.
Yeah, especially if you're going to have that much stuff going on.
Yeah.
If it had been, or let's say, if I had chosen to ignore the side quests, I probably would have made it my game of the year.
Oh, wow.
If I had chosen, but they chose to put them in there.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have to rate the game
based on that.
Because, they chose to put them in there.
Yeah.
And it means it's like, would the experience you had with Stray been different if there was another 20, 30 hours of fetch quests and stuff?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I might have gotten. You know what? I've never played a game where I could control a cat before. Yeah. And the jumping was pretty nice on there, so I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
30 hours seems a little much for that.
There's always this wall where you, especially with like, you know, the Assassin's Creed games and stuff, Ghost of Tsushima even did this to me, where you've raided 10 villages now. Do you want to do an 11th village? You know, it's that kind of thing.
It's kind of like the end game stuff at what was it, Shadows of War, the Lord of the Rings game. Terrible. It was just a bunch of repeating stuff, but you had to beat so many people's kingdoms or castles to be able to, I don't know, see the real ending of the game. I don't remember.
Everybody has their own threshold about how much that they can take.
Yeah.
But I will say it's up to the developers to find that end for most people.
Yeah, find a happy medium.
Yeah. Stray had it because it was only 5 hours long. I mean, it was a pure experience. But other games have done the same thing, and they've been 20 or so where you've had that pure experience without getting frustrated.
Yeah, Stray's probably my game of the year right now.
I can see it.
Yeah, and they left it open for a sequel. So if that happens, I'll probably... You know what? I don't like pre-ordering games, but I was so impressed with that one that I'd probably pre-order it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a chance to play that one.
Mm-hmm.
So then I finally was done with that game, and I was able to move on to other things.
Okay.
Tower of Fantasy.
Oh, yes.
Played a few hours of it, but my computer was woefully ill-equipped to handle it. So, and I'm just not a PC mobile kind of player.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks cool, but I just didn't have the hardware for it. Sadly.
Yeah. Fortnite. I've been playing Fortnite. Trying to get it on my laptop, but for some reason it won't initiate the anti-cheat system on my laptop. I don't know what's going on with it or what's interfering with it, but it just won't. So every like a minute into a match, I get kicked out, and it says that I was either kicked out for lag or VPN or cheating or something. So I can still play it on the PS5 and everything like that. I couldn't figure out how to fix the problem. But the reason I bring up Fortnite is that's what I've been playing, and the Dragon Ball content dropped yesterday.
Ah, okay.
Oh, I bought it all. Dude, you can Kamehameha people and ride Nimbus around the map. But
so you're set, yeah.
Yeah, so if you Kamehameha somebody and they do it back, it's just like the anime. It just blocks each other.
Oh, okay.
And there's a big, like, you know, the little thing in the middle where they hit and they kind of expand a little bit. That happens. I mean, it's pretty well done.
Yeah, but thankfully, Fortnite no longer, well, you don't have to choose build mode anymore, right?
Yes, we got I'm obsessed with zero build mode.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there's a lot of people obsessed with zero build.
No, that's good. That means the community is going to be strong.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, and if there is a metaverse that has to happen, I hope Mark Zuckerberg, his metaverse dies, and
that one can just go away.
You know, honestly, with all the stuff that Fortnite's done, there's no reason we can't take these skins and put them into like Dauntless or other games that they might make in the future. If they do something like that, I feel like the metaverse would be incredible. Like, so I could bring my Cable skin.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
Take him over and play Dauntless. Go hunting dinosaurs with him and stuff.
That would be awesome.
It would be.
That would be awesome.
So you know what, Epic? Get in touch with me.
I've got ideas.
I got ideas. And also fix Fortnite so I can play it on my damn laptop.
Oh yeah.
All right, that's all I've been playing this week.
I played actually quite a few other things just to try them out, but let's not talk about all of them. You can read them in the description if you want. I did play a demo for Diofield Chronicles, which comes out in a month.
Okay.
It's basically what Final Fantasy Tactics Next Generation would be.
Ooh.
Now, I'm not going to say it's like Air Next Generation. It's more like PS4 level. But it's definitely that evolution of game style and play that those tactics games would have gone into.
Right. So you said you played the demo of it?
Yeah.
And it's coming out next month?
Yeah.
You gonna get it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know me. I love tactics style games.
Yeah, because Midnight Suns got delayed again, so
yeah,
we need to. I need something to. I need a tactical itch. Wait a second. That don't sound right.
There's some baby powder.
Yeah. I need something to scratch the tactical game itch for me.
There is a lot of tactic stuff that comes out, just not much for console. A lot of PC tactic stuff, and the one that came out, I don't know that it's free still. think it came out on Epic Games or whatever as a freebie. No, Amazon. It was Amazon's last month. That was pretty good.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember you saying something about that.
Yeah, that one was decent for a free game.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah, so other than that, I'll just mention Inside, indie developer. Let's promote them a little bit and talk about how they made a very creepy. I had one of those moments in the game that games don't often like really creep me out.
Yeah.
And this one just chilled me to the bone because you basically play this boy who is trying not to get captured by this network of whatever, and it's like a side scroller,
Okay.
and you're constantly moving to the other side of the screen, and a puzzler where you're trying to figure out how to get to the other side of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a moment where all the other humans are like unintelligent zombies,
Yeah.
and you were like in the base of your would-be captors, and you get shoved into this place where you have to pretend to be one of them.
I don't know.
And you're like moving along trying to pretend to be one of them to not get caught.
Yeah.
And it was the atmosphere and stuff. It was just so creepy at that moment. It was
Huh.
good. It was good. So a nice little indie called Inside that if you haven't tried,
Yeah.
is a fun experience.
Where do you find that at?
Xbox
Okay.
Game Pass right now. It's probably on Steam.
Yeah.
I don't have written down all the different platforms and stuff it's on, but it's on Game Pass.
Okay. Yeah, I got quite a bit of money on Steam Wallet still.
So that's definitely something to try out. And other than that, that's all the video games that I've played.
Alrighty. Let's move
But I have video games coming up.
Yeah, let's move into that.
Okay. Do you have stuff? News or anything?
I do have news. You want me to go first?
Yeah, hit us with the news.
All right, so we got the Nordic THQ Nordic stream. They're coming out with a new South Park game. If you want to watch the whole stream, I have it up on our Facebook page, like I said earlier.
Like a sequel to Stick of Truth and all that?
I don't know if it's a sequel to anything yet, but I've heard that Stick of Truth game was really good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, both of the role-playing South Park games were fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of vegetables. Hogwarts Legacy got delayed till February 2023.
Next year is going to be insane if all these delays hit. Oh, my gosh. We will not have a breath of anything other than video games all the time.
Yeah. Let's see what else. I think that's all I got for vegetables. But we've got Gotham Knights has been flagged as gold, and what gold means is that it's completely done. Now they just got to get it ready to distribute.
Oh, okay.
So that's good news. We've got the first ever Disney and Marvel game showcase that's going to happen around D23.
September 9th, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that makes me very happy. So happy that I put a smiley emoticon on my notes.
And that is really cool. I tell you, when EA lost the exclusive license to Star Wars,
Yeah.
I was so happy. And,
Yeah.
And when I think the year before that, Marvel came out and said, you know what? We're going to be very generous with our licensing. We're going to allow this to go into lots of hands and do lots of things with it. So I'm.
And then look what we got, Avengers.
First off, but I'm sure there's going to. But, the Avengers story was great.
Yes.
The end campaign, not so much. And Guardians of the Galaxy was amazing.
I still haven't played that.
That is well, it's on Game Pass.
I have it. I just never plugged it in.
It's so worth it. Worth it. Definitely play through that.
Let's see. We got Black Adam and Gremlins are coming to multiverses due to a leaker, and it's going to be what's his name, Stripe, that gremlin with the mohawk.
Oh
yeah. And then they have a bunch of other characters that are getting leaked too because of data miners. But it's if you don't know what multiverses is, it's a fun type of Smash Brothers game that literally is turning into the next battle royale genre. Like everybody's making their own now. I've seen announcements for like maybe 2-3 more.
If you have Game Pass, you can get the MVP pack free this month.
Ooh.
For Multiverse.
Okay. Yeah, and Rick and Morty's coming pretty soon to that.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. And then I've got one more big piece of news, and this is about the Apple headset. Okay. So the Apple headset is people are saying it's going to be the next best thing since the iPhone debuted. Oh man, it's mixed reality, and and the screens are going into it are going to be high resolution, high refresh rates. And supposedly that is the leading factor of why people feel sick when they're doing VR. So
Yeah, if they can get rid of my nausea, I'm more likely to pick it up.
oh
Definitely.
yeah, but here's the bad news about it. It's expected to be announced in January 2023. It's also expected to be about $2,000 to $2,500.
Ooh, yeah, that's gonna keep me out.
Yeah, so I might do it. The little light at the end of the tunnel is that after the first year, the price is supposed to significantly drop.
Mm.
Um, which seems a little dirty-ish to me that they're doing it that way because they're only making a certain amount for that first year.
Mm.
And they're going to elevate the price just to get, I don't know, gauge the market or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of places do that. They what is it called? It's called some type of pricing where they basically price things up to a point where people stop buying it. It's
Yeah.
essentially what Netflix has done with raising the prices
Yeah.
until people stop subscribing.
Yeah. And now, oh, shit, all the streaming services now are bitching about people subscribing, watching, and canceling.
Well,
So now that's what they're complaining about now.
well, that's what happens when your prices are up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what happens.
It's about 3 times. Actually, I think it's about 4 times the amount when we first signed on for Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's all the news that I have on that. So I guess I will get one eventually, but I'm not sure I'm going to get a launch one just because I don't know if I'm going to have a pretty overpowered PC to go with it. Is it
yeah.
going to be standalone? Is it going to work off my phone? Going
Well,
to work off an iPad?
As it comes out, we'll certainly relay the information to our audience and
Absolutely.
let them know what's coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, but man, all the possibilities with a mixed reality headset, just there's a lot of things you can do with that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
and
I would love to be able.
The first thing will probably be porn.
Well, yeah, and VR porn. I have a friend that says that it's really cool, and I'm not gonna give you the friend's name because I don't know.
It's not me.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
not.
afford
It's
a
not
VR
JD.
headset.
It might be the inner.
Only because I can't afford a VR headset and I get nauseous.
Get one of them Google Cardboards that you put your phone into. That's a budget headset. Okay. I've been derailed again. I don't know where we're going.
Yeah. Well, we got games coming up.
Yes.
Okay. So I know you've been wanting this because you talk about how there's not a Castlevania Angry Birds mini golf crossover.
What the fudge, man? There's some weird genres coming out. Okay, so Castlevania Angry Birds mini golf crossover.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's basically Castlevania, Metroidvania style boards where you're playing mini golf, but in more of an Angry Birds kind of way with physics and whatnot.
I feel like I could get into that.
I know. It sounds like a fun afternoon.
Yeah.
Playing Cursed to Golf is what it's called.
Cursed to Golf.
And it's coming out on everything.
Okay.
On the 18th. So all the stuff, you'll be able to find it wherever you have and what you have. One that I'm pretty sure we don't need coming out for the Switch and PC is My Divorce Story.
Oh, God.
So the purpose of this game is to find evidence your spouse is cheating on you.
Nice.
I'm like, nobody needs this game.
Yeah.
Nobody needs this.
So an easy way to do that, and if you ever find yourself in that situation in real life, you got to go to Hogwarts. You got to get the invisible cloak, and then you can just follow your spouse around and figure it out for yourself. No private eyes, no nothing.
Just play the game.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
That'll teach you some stuff.
There is a Demon Souls clone coming out called Thamisia.
Okay.
For all platforms. So far, it's got decent reviews. Not like Elden Ring reviews, but
yeah,
it's got decent reviews. It's apparently along the fast Demon Souls kind of genre, which I guess would be Bloodborne. No, Sekiro.
So yeah. Because Bloodborne was definitely not fast for me.
Yeah. Sekiro, I believe, was kind of more like it, where it's actually pretty fast.
Okay.
And let's see what else we got. We got The Bonfire Forsaken Lands, which is, I thought this one was interesting because most of the survival games that I see are 3D, but this one is a 2D survival game.
So like a side scroller like
yeah.
Castlevania?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're going, collecting resources, building survival things, doing all the things you do in a survival game, but it's 2D, and I've never seen a 2D survival game before.
Terraria.
Oh, Terraria?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Isn't it 3? Well, it's okay. It's 3D. It's 2D flat,
Yeah.
but this is 2D.
Oh,
scroll.
2.5D?
No, flat. Like you have just like the one plane. Like I'm trying to think, Mario, where Terraria was like flat board, right?
It's more it's like a Metroidvania type game, Minecraft.
Well, okay, Terraria. Can you go up, down, left, right?
Yes.
Okay, this you can only go left, right.
Oh, you can't even like jump or nothing?
You can jump.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not really
Dang. Okay.
much other than just left, right.
So a flat 2D is basically just going left and right and that's it?
Well, there's flat 2D like on a plane,
Okay.
but this is flat 2D like facing you, like a silhouette.
Yeah. Dang. Okay.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting, and it's coming out for all platforms. The one that I'm picking up this week, though, is Saints Row.
Ah, yes.
It looks like fun. It's coming out on the 23rd, and it just looks like a hoot to play.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit earlier this week. They are fun games. They're not as serious as the Grand Theft Autos and stuff like that. So
I like that. I like having a little bit of levity, comedy.
Yeah. The third. Oh God, I don't know if it was the third one. You play like an ex-president and you hunt down aliens. It was pretty fun. Yeah. All right. You got anything else for games?
Not for games. That's
what
all
about
for games.
for other?
Other geekly things.
Just want to mention the fact that we normally play Dungeons and Dragons on Saturday, but I wasn't quite ready to jump into the next part, so we played a couple board games. One that I hadn't played before, called Love Letter, and this was the Batman version.
Okay.
And it's a little 5-minute round card game. Actually works really well. I'm not surprised that there are many versions of this game because it's a pretty nice little card game to play at the table. It's only got 16 cards.
Oh.
And lasts like 5 minutes around.
Yeah,
so
that ain't bad.
you can play anywhere between 5 minutes, one round, to ever how many you want. So
Yeah, sometimes those shorter games are way more fun.
very versatile. So I will give my recommendation to Love Letter if you haven't tried it out yet.
All right, let's move into rumors. All right, you got any?
The rumor lab.
I have one rumor.
Okay.
And it centers, and I'm sorry, Henry. We're going to have to call you out again.
Uh-oh.
All right, Henry Cavill. And this was just released earlier today. Henry Cavill and his abs are going to play Hyperion in Loki Season 2.
Loki Season 2. That's an interesting one. So with the game, we always give a rating of how possible we think it is, and then how much we want it to happen.
And I don't even know who Hyperion is.
Hyperion is an amazing character in Marvel because he's pretty much just Superman.
Ah, okay. So like a gladiator type? Like can't Gladiator do all Superman stuff?
Yeah, pretty much. A much more interesting character that is like Superman, though, is the Sentry. So the Sentry for Marvel is Superman if he had some mental instabilities.
Ah.
And I think he's a much more interesting character. Not like, he's not crazy.
Isn't Homelander basically Superman with some mental instability?
Yeah, Sentry is much more like Homelander than Superman because he wants to do good, but he's often got some problems with reality and seeing things other people see and stuff like that. So but Hyperion is pretty more straight-laced, more like Superman.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a rating of 2 because I don't think they're going to bring in Hyperion.
You don't?
I don't see it happening.
And see, I can't really give it anything because I don't even know who Hyperion is.
He's part of the Squadron Supreme. Some members of the Squadron Supreme are probably going to end up in Thunderbolts. But I think he's honestly too powerful for the MCU right now as it is.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. Would I love to see him in the MCU? Absolutely.
I don't know what I would give that one. I'll stay neutral. I'll give it a 5. But yeah, just basically because I just don't know how that character would fit in with Loki.
Yeah, it's one of those. Even it's the team is even more obscure than like the Eternals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and the Eternals was not a good movie
Yeah.
for me. I did not like it.
even though they're apparently going to do a sequel,
And I don't know why. How come there's a big ass frozen statue on the world now and nobody has
Yeah,
even
no.
said nothing about it?
it shows how little they have joined all the current stuff together.
Yeah, and that's kind of poopy.
It-
I don't
it-
like
it's
it.
not where I think the MCU should be.
Yeah.
True. But this has been OGGR.
Yeah, Old Guys Geekly review. And you guys have a fantastic week, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
Absolutely. Yeah, Hyperion's a very interesting character. Got some stuff in his fights.
This is OGGR.